Today we're going to a black and white image adjust, right? Which is fancy for saying we're going to take an image and we're going to make it fade from black and white to, right? So I recommend searching, like I mentioned, HDR photos because you get a high dynamic range, which means really pop, and it's really going to help this look working through. Grab this one, it's a random image. What you do want to make sure is that your size is big enough. So we want 1920 by, well, ours will be 1920 by 1080. So this one is bigger than that 1920 by 1080, right? So I'm going to head over to Photopea and start a new project. Now I just did this, so you'll see my my settings are already set. Last name, right? BW for black and white. And then we're going to hit screen and select full HD. All right, we'll hit create. Once you have your image selected, you can go ahead and hit Control V, paste in your image. And I'm going to go ahead and delete my background layer and just leave this one. So I'll say original. So that's our original layer, right? What you're going to do is grab down here in the adjustment layers. We're going to grab the black and white layer. And you'll see it changes everything below that layer into black and white. So whenever I add text at the end here, anything that's above that black and white layer will be normal color, and everything below will be changed to whatever we tell it. Next to our black and white label, we have this white box, and that is our mask. And what that means is, let me hide this. What that means is we're able to adjust what's in there. So let me set this back to default and grab my brush. Whatever I am drawing on this little white box, so I have it selected now, anything that I do in black is going to erase that mask. So you can see I can draw over it and add color where I am using my brush. So we're not going to use a brush for this. We're actually going to use the gradient tool. So we're going to grab the gradient tool, and you'll see wherever you click and drag, so I'm just going to randomly click and drag, wherever you click first is where you'll have color, and wherever you end is where you won't. Right? So if I undo that, I'll click and do the opposite and drag down this time. You'll see I have black and white on the bottom and then color in the sky. Same thing if I do it diagonal this way, right? Wherever I start, I'll have color, and wherever I end, I won't. Right? So you can find a good way to do it however you want. If you want to do like half and half, right? Something like that looks pretty cool, where it's, you know, half black and white, and then it, you know, feathers in really nicely into color. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Let me do it the other way though, because I think I like it like this way better, because then I can put my text in the lower left or lower right. Sorry. All right, so once you find how you want to place it, you could do multiples of these if you wanted to do like lines and stuff like that. You can do really whatever you want to edit your image, but I'm going to leave it like this for the demo. I think it looks pretty decent. You can also go into those properties and change some things and really change how that photo looks as well. So let me reset it, right, and close that. So next thing I'm going to do is grab my type tool. And I'm going to click and just type. Now, again, I just did this, so my stuff's kind of already set. So you're going to want to find a good font to use. The best way to do it is to highlight it, come up here to the fonts. I like to check and uncheck all, and then just go through, like, what do I like? Do I want a hand-drawn? Do I want something that's like calligraphy, right? You can pick based on different fonts here. Right, and then emojis, you can add an emoji in there if you want, right? But you basically want to add text that's going to complement your photo. You can do your last name, or if you want to do, you know, a sports team or something like that, you can add that team's name. You know, you can do whatever you want here. Your text does not have to be your name. And once you find a good, so this is a decent font, I'll use it. You can add text effects if you'd like, right? But basically, you just want to find something that complements your image, right? So here I'm trying to play off of that purple and blue light, up the opacity on that maybe, Add some spread, right? Purple and blue, a little hard to see that text, but you get the idea. All right. And once you're finished, you're going to come up here, go to File, Save as PSD, and we're going to submit that on Schoology.